When it comes to new product concepts, there's really three basic building blocks of any good new product concept. Those things are the consumer insights, the RTBs or the features, and the benefits. Right now, we want to focus on those RTBs or features. Why? We actually think they have a little bit of a superpower. As you might know, a lot of concepts when they're written, they're just in plain English, and that's good, that's a good thing. However, sometimes it can result in language that's just a little bit too generic, and it really doesn't help us differentiate your product from another competitive product enough. We have an opportunity to play with the RTBs and the features to really give them that superpower that can help to set your product apart from the competition. Hi, I'm Patty Purcell, President and founder of Writing by Design. So how can we give RTBs a superpower? We can do it really in one of two ways. We can either give it a sub-brand, so a trademark name, a sub-brand, or we can give it sort of a proprietary name or phrase that helps in a more unique way describe the product without using really generic language. So let me give you an example. If we look back years ago in the air fryer category, there were a bunch of air fryers that were coming up on the market, right? They got very popular a few years ago. There was one in particular that actually used this sort of a tactic, and they referred to it as tender crisp technology. Tender crisp was a great single word that allowed that company to highlight why its air fryer was different. Maybe not really. Maybe they all are tender crisp performing, right? There's not a whole lot of difference between these, but the fact that they used a word to distinguish it and sort of trademark the one thing that really consumers wanted from it might be the one thing that helped it sell more than its competition. They gave it a single word, helped deliver on a category ante, and made it stand out from the competition a little bit more than the others. Another example of someone who used this tactic very well is actually when we helped launch the Depend Silhouette product. So as we were investigating what benefits were really compelling to their consumers, there were a number of benefit spaces that we explored with them. But the one that was most compelling was really this notion of discretion. Once we hit upon that and knew that discretion was really compelling and resonated with their consumers, we immediately seized the opportunity to come up with the name Silhouette. In a single word, we were able to really capitalize on that benefit space in helping the consumer understand that this was a thin cotton brief that was to be used for incontinence and would help their secret stay protected. Now, I just said that in a lot of words. We were able to say it in one word with Silhouette. So it's a great example of how your RTBs, the thin cotton chassis, which is a feature, can be pushed to its extreme to be called something else that immediately puts an image in the consumer's mind in a single word. Another company who capitalized on this was Maybelline Stiletto Mascara. I know that you probably just thought sharp, black, and pointy when I said that, because I know I do. And that's why I thought it was like one of the best examples ever used. And it's really one of those examples that shows us the power of the RTB or the feature here in a concept. We can use generic phrases and sentences to say things and describe them for your consumer. Or we can find a really powerful word that works with just a single word to bring all of those great benefits and features to light. Stiletto was a great example of a company who figured that out early and used a single word as a sub-brand or a trademark to differentiate their mascara from all the competition in a category that's hugely overpopulated. We actually hear from a lot of companies that they don't want to add a sub-brand or a trademark to something that they're naming in a new product concept. But it's really something we want brands to consider in a new product launch, mostly because it can help with that proprietary, that protectable and ownable piece of a new product launch. We want you to have a new product that's differentiated in market and that is memorable by the consumer as other products come to light. So if you're the first to market, great, you can talk about your product in a generic sense. As soon as someone else comes to market, now there's two of you and you don't have anything that's ownable and unique and different. We really want you to consider this tactic and then decide if it's something that's right for your brand. One of the best ways you can do that is really to test it with your consumers. You're talking with them anyway in focus groups. Float some names by them. Put a couple proprietary names out there, ways of talking about your new product. See what they say and see if it pushes the purchase intent higher than if it is when you're talking about it in a generic sense. If it does, you're probably onto something and might want to consider this tactic. If you're currently writing a new product concept, we want you to use today's advice to really hone in on those RTBs or features and see if you can't find superpowers there somewhere. Translating the common language that you might use to describe those features into something that's bigger and more powerful sometimes is best done by professional writers. If you need help, Writing by Design can help with that. Just reach out and give us a call.